All right. So recently, Godzilla versus Kong just came out, and here are our thoughts. Kevin, you want to go first?
Yeah. So super excited, just like everyone in this movie. It brought back a lot of the nostalgia from the old King Kong and Godzilla movies. But I feel like these monster movies are missing something. If I had to compare this to an older another monster movie that got the formula right, I would compare it to like Jurassic Park.
Okay.
Jurassic Park focused like
Which ones? You talking about the new ones or the old one? The old Jurassic Park?
like the original, like the
Okay.
first original movie. I think the one thing that they got right was that, there was a focus on the dinosaurs, but there was more of a focus on the human story. That was like the glue that kept everything together. That whole thing about, man trying to act like God and it goes wrong and trying to control something that is out of their control. And that's what kept the story really good. With King Kong versus Godzilla, the stuff between the monsters was great. I would not change any of that. It was the human part that I would definitely change. I think Millie Bobby Brown. I forgot the name of the other two actors. You got the kid from Deadpool 2.
Yeah.
The actor from Atlanta.
Who, by the way, he lost a lot of weight.
He did.
I was like, oh, man, look at the dudes trimming up, man.
I felt like their part was kind of goofy. It was like, I don't know if that was supposed to be the comedy relief of the movie. It seemed like it was. But the fact that this whole battle ended because they poured liquor on a computer was so cartoonish to me. Like that kid from Deadpool 2 was like, he was the savior because he thought of a like Looney Tunes and thought, oh, let me just pour this on the computer. Yeah. And my thing is, if that computer is what shut down everything, what was the purpose of that whole laboratory? Like,
I think whoever built the laboratory didn't think it was just like the Death Star thing. What's the likelihood of somebody actually pouring water on this thing? We have signs on the doors saying no liquids in here. It's never gonna happen. Yeah, we're good. Everything here is solid. Like, there's no way that you can tamper in here. There's nobody who can hack the system. There's no possible way that can happen. But if somebody was to get liquor or some type of liquid substance on any of these keys, everything would just shut down.
Now, the character that was inside of Ghidorah's head, who was in that trance.
Okay.
Did you know that he is supposed to be playing the son of
the guy who died
in Godzilla 1 and 2?
Oh, so like the son turned to a bad guy then.
Wouldn't that have been a great story? Like the fact that he didn't follow in his father's footsteps and his philosophy was opposite.
Here's the thing, right? I'm shit with people's names and stuff like that. So I know when they said his name, I was supposed to feel something because there was some music that was being played in the background, like, oh, this is son. And I was like, I'm supposed to feel something here. I don't know what it is, but I'm rolling. I'm rolling. This guy's important. And when I found out that it was his son, I was like, when you just told me that it was son, I'm like, all right, he's not really showing me anything that shows like, why is he on this side? Why is he working on this side? Why is he angry? Or is he just like, I'm just doing the job because I'm just doing the job kind of thing? Like, why did they pick you rather than anybody else to do this? Is it because you study it with your father, or like, is it just because, you know what, we're just gonna do it for a lineage? You're a lineage higher kind of shit.
Now, if Godzilla versus Kong was focused on that, like it's kind of like, oh, I'm taking revenge because my father died for this cause.
My father basically died because of Godzilla. You know what I mean? He went down there with the nuke to give life to Godzilla, and
he was the reason why Mecha Godzilla was created.
Yeah,
that's the story. I think I would have loved that story because that would have been the glue connecting everything. It would have been, oh, this is why Mecha Godzilla was created, was because it was a son avenging his father.
Yeah.
I think that would have been way more powerful. But for what I saw, if I had to rate these movies like in order, I think my favorite is still the first one. I think it just goes in order. My favorite is the first one. My second favorite is the second one.
Ooh. My favorite is the second one. My favorite is the second one. Then it goes the first one, and then I'm going with this one right here.
So, what did you feel about this movie?
Shit. I mean, all bashing aside, I thought it was fun. It was a fun watch. I do wish that I would have saw it in theaters because I saw that in my house, but because there were certain scenes that I was like, damn, this shit would have been real epic to watch in like with the surround sound and everything like that. And a buddy of mine did see it in theaters, and he was like, yeah, man, it was really intense, and he said that it felt like somebody is. Like they turned up the volume a little bit extra because it was fucking loud. I'm like, I bet, man. I missed that. I fucking missed that. But for the most part, man, the fight scenes were pretty cool. They show you the same fight scenes from the actual trailer and stuff, but this time they show you like let's say the effect of the cause. Like, everybody was like, I was even on the same bandwagon of like, holy shit. Kong, punched the shit out of Godzilla. And I'm like, yeah, he ain't never get punched in the face before. But looking at Godzilla's reaction to that punch, I knew that it was going to be a losing battle because he got back up really fucking quick. Like, that punch was just, I got you. And he came back up. I'm like, oh, he can actually touch him. He's not built like a T-Rex. Like, he doesn't got small arms. He actually he can get
built,
out there.
He's built for jabs, but not crosses.
Yeah, he can't.
He can't cross.
Can you imagine him crossing? Oh my god! But yeah, man, and that tail, I didn't think it was that. I thought it was just like it's just a thick ass tail. But no, he actually got it around King Kong's neck and started dragging him. I'm like, oh, that shit is versatile. That shit can actually move. Man, to be honest, man, I just felt I still wanted King Kong to do some more shit, but it seemed like the story was geared more towards, like the heart of the story was towards King Kong.
Yeah.
More than, and I felt like, this motherfucker has, bro, he just want to be left alone, man. Like, hey, I lost my family, you know what I'm saying? I'm in another place, Skull Island. I can't get off this fucking place. Just leave me the fuck alone. And then They grabbed him from this place because they thought, oh, Godzilla is going to try to kill him because he's one of these kaijus. Bro, Godzilla's never been over that place, man. That shit was like, why would you take him from a place that he's secure in?
Kind of reminds you of John Rambo, no? Like, he just wants to be left alone.
Dog, just leave him the fuck alone. That's it, dog. It's like, he's in Skull Island doing his own thing, right? They take him off the fucking island. They put him on some dome area kind of shit, to mimic Skull Island kind of stuff. And they say, we did this because, we don't want Godzilla to kill him. But Godzilla's never been to Skull Island. He never went over there. He will find him now because you took him out of Skull Island, which I don't know how they did that. But hey, let's go with it, you know what I'm saying? Let's go with that fucking story. And then you see that when King Kong finally fights Godzilla in the first round, shit ain't going well for the dude, which makes perfect sense because it's like, what the fuck is this? This dude is busy fighting like lizards and shit like that. He's never fought like something big like this before.
Well, also he had a disadvantage because they were over the water. Which is more like Godzilla's territory.
How many people you think died in there, dog?
On the ships?
On that ship. On that one ship that King Kong jumped from one ship to. Oh, he jumped Bro, the crew, oh my God, you wish it was your day off because he jumped from one ship to another just so he can land on the big ass the carrier. And I was like, oh, this is bad. Like, bro, if I was just guiding the ship, I'm like, there ain't nothing I could do. You want me to go left? You want me to go right? He's gonna use us as a fucking like a jumping apparatus. That's all he's gonna fucking do. And this is it. Boom, we're dead. It's either this or we either blow up or we drown. Either ways, it's gonna be rough. It's gonna be fucking rough.
But do you think when they were fighting on land that Kong had the advantage at that point?
Nah, man. Because to be honest, he was. Even when he had the advantage with the little axe, which I thought it was gonna be like, okay, cool. My whole story, yeah, I think my story was a little bit better than what they had going, because I thought like his family has already fought like Godzilla in the past kind of thing, because that little pickaxe, I thought it was like one of Godzilla's.
It was.
It was, right?
Yeah, it was. What I took from it was that his family did battle Godzilla's family, and they won.
They've won, right?
Yeah, that's what I took.
Because I remember when he was taking it, when he was first getting out the pickaxe, you saw that there was a skull that was there that it was on. I don't know, man. To me, it just seemed like King Kong. He had footing, but it just seemed like at no point he could have done it by himself, because he always had help from like humans and shit like that. And it was like, I thought it was gonna be more of like an even battle, but it never became an even battle. He never really used his opposable thumbs at all to his advantage. Like, he got bitten on a toe, his arm got broken, he put it back in place like the motherfucker is the dude from Lethal Weapon, Riggs from Lethal Weapon, by pushing up against the wall, which is like, if that was your apartment, I'm sorry, buddy. Yeah, Khan just used your apartment building just so he can pop in his arm back into place, and that's gone. Oh my God, the destruction that was going on in Tokyo. Ooh, it was rough, man. I was just looking at the buildings like, gone. Millions of dollars, billions of dollars just for. Oh, and on top of that, there's like radiation, right? Because every time Godzilla does that little.
Yeah, that's all nuclear radiation.
Yeah, so it's like
cancer.
Gone. It's like everything, boom. That place is quarantined. That whole fucking place. Can't be for how long? I don't know, 100 years, I think. That's the Fallout shit. But it's like, yo. It was still a fun movie to watch. I would watch it again because I have watched the previous ones again. But for the most part, I don't think the Three Stooges were needed in the movie. Even though they were in there, I get it. I don't think they were needed.
And the girl's father. I think you could have literally taken him out the entire equation. It still would have been the same movie.
What?
Because remember, like, what was he doing the entire movie? He was just like, I gotta call my daughter.
I guess they really wanted it to be like a continuation story, but they could have made it just like how they made part one. Like, none of the characters from part one, other than the guy, the dude who said let them fight, was in like part two kind of thing. Him, all the Asian characters who were in part one were in part two. But to be honest, like, all the people who were in part two didn't have we didn't need you in part three. Like, and they showed that they didn't really need you because you were a non-factor. At no point were you needed. You wanted us to be like feel good just because he found his daughter. Like, oh, okay, we went through that in the previous movie. We don't need to go through it again. And on top of that, it was like, what is she doing? What are you doing there, man? I think it would have been a more stronger case if Godzilla and King Kong fought the beast by themselves without no help. Like, okay, the little girl who was deaf saying like, no, he's friend. You need to help him, kind of shit. And he was like, all right, cool, I help him. So then both of them just end up just fighting this dude and figuring out that, okay, you know what? We need to team up and do this. And, I grab his tail and you just start tagging his face. And that started to happen in the beginning. And, they start showing that they were losing, but maybe, start throwing buildings at this motherfucker, though. I have to admit, the Mecha Godzilla was pretty dope, though. I did like the jets and stuff like that. I loved all that. I really thought they were going to do something with, like, make it like more of an organic mech kind of thing. Because I know that they used the skull of the previous monster, which just to me, I was like, it didn't make any sense.
Like, why?
it looked like it was somebody who wanted to make like a streaming room. Say, yo, hey, what's up? Hey, click on our YouTube page, and that was his streaming room. His streaming with the little fucking neon lights and shit.
His Twitch channel.
Yeah, his Twitch channel. It was like, yo, what I mean, don't forget to smash that like button, kind of shit. That's all it seems like to me, because I was watching it and I was like, okay, this looks cool. I don't know what the fuck that does, because I know how skulls work. And there are no wires and shit like that. What are you connected to? The marrow? Because the marrow's going to be dried up because all the fucking wires and the heat. It was like it was just for a display. Yeah. That's why I was like, okay, they should make like an organic. I thought they cut off one of the heads, right? And then they put it into a mech. So it's like a more organic.
That's what I thought was gonna happen too. That's exactly what I thought was gonna happen.
And then I'm like, okay, if they do that, and then they could put another head in liquid. Say, okay, this is the alpha head, and then they have the wires come from the liquid. Hey, this is how my brain works because of fucking movie. They have the wire come from liquid to like some type of computer with let's say like what's that Professor X thing? Cerebral thing. So now we can have that guy sit down in the chair and be like, yeah, I'm controlling it because this is the alpha head and this is the beta. So then you see that the alpha head is like, oh, okay, I'm becoming sentient. And now he starts to control this shit. Yeah, so boom.
I would prefer that movie.
That, man. But this whole like, oh, yeah, this thing is all mecha. Like, it was cool with the whole little rocket stuff, but I think it would have been better if it would have been like what is it, Cyborg? That's the whole thing with half organic, half metal kind of thing. But they didn't go that route.
And going back to what I was saying about the character from part 1 and 2, the one that said let them fight his son. Another cool aspect would have been like, his father believed, no, they're the kings, let them fight. Mm-hmm. His son, on the other hand, believes like, no, we're the top of the food chain. Yeah. We need to create this mecha to be in control of them. Yeah. And then that's where the philosophies differ.
Yeah. I mean, you know what? Maybe there's some history in the previous movies that show something like this, but as of right now, because I haven't really like dove in deep into all this Godzilla lore. Like, did he ever bring up his son at all? Never brought up his son, huh? Never had a conversation. Before he died, did he want to get his son on the phone or something? No. I don't know why his son's so mad, dog. I don't get it, dog. Like, bro, he just seemed like he like, hey, I'm cool mad. I'm a cool guy when I'm mad, kind of. And they never gave him no story. He was, I really felt like this was maybe he was a legendary hire, like like, oh, well, we're gonna hire you because your father is, he deals with Godzilla, so by blood you deal with Godzilla, which makes no fucking sense because like if my father was Batman and I've never fought crime in my life, and you like, oh, you know what, and you could don the cape, I'm like, nah, bro, I work at Target. I'm not fighting nobody. I'm not gonna do it just because my father was Batman. Nah, I'm not. I've never held a gun in my life. No, I'm a wimp. What do you want me to do? Kind of shit. It doesn't work like that. But these legendary hires. That's how that shit works, man. But there's no reason for that guy to be in that position. I can't see it. If I was human resources, I'd be like, nah. If I would look at his resume, just because I'm like, has he done anything? No, but his father is the Godzilla guy. Nah, I think we should hire Frank.
So out of 4 Titans, what would you give this movie?
I would give this movie a 2.5.
I was literally going to say the same thing.
2.5. And that is like, that's grading on like rewatchability, on all the Godzilla King Kong parts were real good, but it just felt like when they got to the human elements, it just felt, ugh, why? why would we go there? I see that they try to do something with the little girl part was cool. I like the fact that she taught Godzilla how to do sign language. I don't understand how they did not know that Godzilla know how to do King Kong knew how to do sign language because it's like you guys are watching him all the fucking time. You guys are watching him every time he interacts with this girl. You had him in a big ass dome, and you never seen him do this. You never seen him do the sign language. That don't make no goddamn sense. But all right, I'm going. Yo, that's what I felt like I was doing that a lot, man. Like, all right, I'm rolling.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah. It's like, so you're telling me
I
that
still got an hour to kill.
I'm like, all right, let's do this. But this is the second movie that HBO has come out with, and I found myself doing that same shit in Justice League as well. But I got over it, like, because in King Kong, you started thinking like, why would they do that? Fuck it, all right, let's roll. But in Justice League, I was like, I don't know why that's happening, but come on, let's do this. It's Zack Snyder, Pat. Let's do this, man. Like, I got over it a little bit faster. This one, it was like, okay. I don't know why, but all right. You just roll with it, man. And I'm happy that a lot of people are finding this out too. Like, yeah, I don't know why that's happening. It's weird, but it's a cool movie. A lot of people are saying that, yeah, man, it was a fun movie to watch. Not a lot of people are saying, yo, this movie was really good. I seriously believe that part 2 was really good, man. Yeah. It was really good. The human element and the kaiju elements were perfect. Like, you see, like, oh, these are 2 fights that are going on. This guy wants to destroy the world to make it back like how it used to be, and these people are trying to prevent that from happening, kind of shit. But the dudes who wanted to have the world back to where it used to be are using a monster that is foreign from the Earth. It was like, they were like, yeah, we're going to use this by any means. That's how they're going to do it. Like, we're going to do this shit by any fucking means. We don't give a fuck. And it's like, oh, shit, you guys are taking this too fucking extreme. You can see where your party lies are at when you're watching part 2. This one right here, it just seems like they just wanted to, yo, we need this fight to happen. It's like they're forcing this fight to happen. They're not trying to tell a story about, like, why is this fight happening? And the story that they tell is like, the fact that they jump to the point that King Kong is like, oh, he's already mobile. Like, he's off of the island. Why didn't they just take the fight to the island?
Yo, and is it me or did Godzilla seem smaller in this movie? I feel like he's so much bigger in part 1 and part 2.
Yeah.
When I saw him on the carrier, I'm like, is he a little bit smaller?
I was like, isn't he bigger than the carrier?
Like, he's standing above the buildings in part 1.
That carrier is fucking, bro, that shit could hold a lot of weight, bro. The fact that it held both of them, that shit was straining, dog. I was like, it's holding both of them up. Huh. That is a lot. I don't know how much weight a carrier can hold, but I don't know if it can hold that much.
I feel like Godzilla got smaller and King Kong got bigger.
Well, I know they said that King Kong, when he was fighting in the first Skull Island,
he was like a baby or
something. Yeah, he
was
like a baby. I think he was like a teenager or something. In this one right here, he's supposed to be like a full-grown adult kind of thing.
I noticed something like gray.
Yeah, he had some gray and shit like that. And I did like the Middle Earth stuff. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
That was pretty dope. And you see, like, he finally sat on his throne, then they destroyed that fucking throne. I thought we were gonna see more of his family or something. Like, oh, maybe he got some people. Nah, they all dead. They're all gone. The travel to the place was pretty cool. What's that chick's name? She was in it. She died. She was supposed to be like a turncoat or something like that. As soon as they found the source of what the well, she was a turncoat.
She was
she was eye candy.
Eye candy and my daddy owns everything.
Yeah,
like,
but here's the thing about the eye candy part. She was barely in the movie, like at all.
She had a total of like 5 minutes.
I was like, you're just supposed to be eye candy. Then your eye candy that they didn't even use because you were barely in the movie. You didn't do. She just told the people, all right, we're switching colors. We're not green, we're red now. Boom, and said, oh. Seize them. That shit is constantly used to move. Seize these people. Take that stuff. Let's leave. Even I know that it just seemed like it was a stupid idea. If I was flying a plane and she said, "Hey, shoot at this thing, shoot at this big ass fucking gorilla, so then we can go down the hole," I'm like, nah, fuck that. I'm gonna back up. I'm gonna let him do what the fuck he's doing, and then we're going down the goddamn hole. If we bug him, he's gonna grab us and blow us. Boom, that's it. And it was so, oh my God, man. It just seemed like I'm still giving it a 2.5. I'm still giving it, because I know I'm basically talking. I'm feeling like I'm talking my way down from a 2.5 to a 2, but no, because the rewatchability of this movie is pretty good.
All right. So 2.5.
Yeah, 2.5.
2.5 Titans out of 4.
Yes.
All right.
Oh.
And that was our review of
Yes.
Godzilla vs. Kong. You can check it out on HBO Max. It is also in theaters for a limited time.